I don't know if you guys were on Twitter the other day. What day is it? It's the 7th. So this was yesterday. The other day, I was scrolling on Twitter, doing my own thing. Horrible decision, I know. Being on Twitter is absolutely a death sentence, and death is what I wish I was granted. But sadly, I was doomed to a fate far worse, which is scrolling through tweet after tweet of the dumbest takes that I've ever seen on my entire life. The last couple of days on the sort of like lefty sphere has been a little bit dominated by discourse, I think is how we're going to call it, discourse on women's bodies, which sounds bad, right? Anytime you can call something discourse on women's bodies on the internet, it's always going to turn out bad. Sadly, this turned out far worse than even I expected, because discourse. Watch yourself, Shark. Don't worry. Don't worry. I've been thinking about this for a little bit. I have watched myself. There was a tweet put out by I believe a person. Their name is Melanie. They are friends with a couple of people in the YouTube lefty Twitter sphere. Mostly women. I'm quite sure they're gay, as far as I've collected information. And they were memeing and creaming. They were having a good time, right? And they put out this tweet a couple of days ago, right? She was like, "I fear there's a pro-gun leftist girl gang forming," and it's shoe on head, Merrick, hello, ma'am. There look a bunch of women simping for each other. Beautiful thing, right? Incredible. There's a shoe on head simp account. This is an Ashley B. Coffin simp account. Amazing. Women doing their thing. And then Mel decided to put up this. Wait, actually, I'm sorry. I have to take this away. I will have to say, all right? Use your eyes respectively, all right? We're going to look at some pictures, and I don't want anything crazy going on, okay? Be respectful. I'm going to show you the pictures. So this is the offending material. This is the offending material, and respect. Yes, very much respect. And she says, "I'm putting together a team," and there's Merrick, there's Coffin. I have no clue who this is actually, and I was a little shocked when I saw this and by shocked I mean I was surprised, because I've never seen a body length picture of Shoe on Head before. If you didn't know, this is Shoe. I've never once in my entire life seen a body length a picture of Shoe. And I do know why people were so mad now. I mean, look at that waistline. That's crazy. Anyways, this did not end here. This single picture opened a entire chasm of like bats and worms crawling from the underbelly of the leftist movement. And it's really, really weird. This started a massive chain of something I cannot describe as anything else but body shaming. It was literally people going around body shaming these women for just looking the way they do. We can go through a couple of tweets because Shu put up a little bit of them. My friend of mine made a joke about forming a left-wing girl gang, and the reactions have been something else. So this is, the offending material. I don't know how to even comment on this without coming across as sex negative, so I'll just say valid and allow people to enjoy stuff. I don't even know, how do you even get a comment like this specifically from that picture, right? What were you going to say? And apparently they didn't want to leave it here. They decided to go on to say what they wanted to say. I don't know why people would ever say, I'm not going to say something. And then these tweets are probably minutes apart. They probably didn't even put their phone down in between putting these two tweets up. But let's read the second one. I don't think it's sex negative to be weirded out by grossly exaggerated feminine figures, especially when it's constantly being shoved down the throats of anyone who is GNC. I don't know what GNC means. If anybody can enlighten me on what this means, please let me know. Femme leaning, it can be very off-putting. Okay, so we have a person sitting here saying these women are, for one, grossly exaggerated feminine figures, and two, their mere existence is being shoved down their throats, and it is very off-putting. By GNC people being feminine, But GNC people, being feminine people, don't exist in the same space. The online left has objectified and put these four women on a pedestal. Obviously, we are grossed out by it. They would have not done this much clout without creepy leftist men. Okay, so for one, the original tweet was from a lesbian woman, not men. For one, that's the first thing. And two, I just don't understand this like sort of body shaming more like highly feminine figures for the mere fact that they exist. When I was learning about feminism, right? After I went through like my Bering and Sargon phase, when I actually genuinely started to learn about feminism, I heard that it was a big tent for people to be who they want to be. And now this is literal body shaming people for not looking non-standard, basically. Not to sound weird, but I could be wrong, but doesn't this present a problem that they're all white presenting women and that's the standard of beauty being perpetuated by this? Let's listen to one thing, okay? One thing. This discourse around women's bodies is completely crazy to me. It's wild to me to think that this is anywhere near acceptable. For one, to sit here and say that just think for a second how wild of a backhanded leftist compliment it is to say, hello ma'am, I do not wish to intrude, but I would like to let you know that you should understand that your mere existence perpetuates harmful beauty standards. Because this is what they're saying. They're saying that these women existing that perpetuates harmful beauty standards. This is the type of these are the type of comments that I wish to have in my life one day. But these women are getting it now. This is hello, hey C. This is I just don't get it. You know, I can completely understand. I can completely understand wanting to be more inclusive and not completely just harp on the average sort of consumerism, sort of like pale thin girl beauty standards that we've been accustomed to. But we don't have to do that while also stamping on the wants and wishes and the bodies of people who just happen to fall into those categories. We don't want to hate on the people who fall out of these categories because that's the body they were born with. We don't want to hate on these people for falling into those categories, for being how we would assume them to be. And I'm not even sure if all these women even fall into that category, honestly. But it goes even further from that. And then there are some people going from I can't believe these women decided to exist to the revolution is not going to be led by white women. Sorry. Why can't people online just be normal? And so it's just crazy amount of the horny police are here. The horny police are here, and they're here to stop you from having any fun whatsoever. And this isn't something that's really isolated. It was something that I noticed a while ago. I was going to talk about it this specifically a little while ago, but I never got around to it. And here's this. This is from a Xander Hall debate back in August, not too long ago, where he was challenged by a couple of people on a couple of things. It doesn't matter what those things were. There was one thing in here specifically that I wanted to go over, and I want to show you all that it really, when I first heard it, made me really mad. And so we can go over it for a second. Listen to this.
She's chubby. She's certainly not fat. And was the representation I
never said she was fat. Wait, do you want me to start liking tweets from fat girls now? Is that will that make you happy?
No, the point there was more just again, a lesser point, but your Twitter has 10,000 followers now, and
oh yeah,
by only liking a certain type of woman, you're kind of reifying, I think that's a word, reinforcing the unhealthy standards of beauty.
So can you imagine, right? Can you imagine what it looks like from the outside to watch a bunch of internet warriors going around talking about how these these everyday women. And no, I won't say that they look, specifically, like every other girl. I mean, some people may think these girls are cute, some people may not, doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. Personally, I like highly feminine women. That's just what I like. I think it's cool. I think it's sick. It's also kind of based and everything. So cool, awesome. With that being said, can you just imagine like what it looks like from the outside for a bunch of people talking about these like specific women, about how their just existence is harmful? It's terrible. It's the sort of like you go so hard into body positivity that you pop out the other end and start criticizing people who would normally fit the definition that you would would like to expand on earlier. It's kind of crazy. And there's some people in here they seem a little unhinged. Here's this person who says, "Horny is in praxis. The reproduction of white supremacist beauty standards is a reproduction of bourgeoisie beauty standards." I don't get it. Maybe I just don't get it. But I just think it's highly offensive and maybe a little misogynistic to go around and say that your existence, you being is now white supremacist beauty standards. Big boobs, boob jobs are praxis. Just big boob, thin waist. You are now harmful. You are now you're not, basically just your body is a wrong. You're doing wrong. You're anti-praxis by having boobs. I really don't like it. And this person is specifically a little wild, This person, Shimmy God, I just stumbled across because it was kind of hard to miss them because they commented on literally everything in all of these posts. They commented on everything. You're a joke. Clown emoji. You are clearly a joke. What about the revolution will not be led by colonizers is funny to you? Holy crap, dude. This is woke scoldy stuff. And the saddest thing is that I think this is going to be picked up. I know Tim Pool or Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy the Quartering, just like one of those guys are sniffing around here and they're going to pick up the scent of this and they're going to be like, go hard on it, dude. And can you believe what the left is doing? Now they think that, really interesting. This is what the left really believes about women. They just want all women to be fat, disgusting land cows or whatever. They're going to say something crazy like that. Can you imagine? I don't want this to happen. How about we just let people live? This is the original tweet is just a funny joke. And now people are taking it as they think that these women are now going to lead the actual revolution against capitalism because boobs. It's wild to me how this could go this far. I think I can wrap this up here. Do stop being so mad online. Stop. Just stop. I promise your life will be far better if you don't do this. Being the horny police is not cool. It's not fun. You're not helping anybody and you're not doing anything. All that you've done here, anybody who's been attributed to any of these threads has engaged in a form of body shaming and has engaged in actual discrimination. Just stop. Just stop. Okay? There's so many better things that you can do in your life instead of doing this. And it's just, it just makes me sad every single day. This just proves my point time and time again that there are no good leftist spaces online. There probably aren't. Just do your thing, work in your community, and probably being off the internet is probably the best thing for you. I promise you that.